Boom, let's go.
And we got
we gotta make that intro.
well, we got one somewhere, but I don't know which one it was.
What's going on, guys? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Man, we're keeping safe. Everyone's staying home. Everyone's relaxing, chillaxing at home, safe. You know, where I'm at, we're like in the boonies, so no one really even comes out over here to do trick or treating. So I don't know what the heck is going on. But what's going on with you, Donnie Boy? Oh, look at you, man. You just gonna just jump right into it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Circle of Life from West Tampa.
Good Lord, this man is already starting. But anyways, guys, welcome to another Leaf and Ash podcast. Oh, we got the third member. What's going on, PC? Guys, welcome to our Halloween. We're just here to chop it up. And you're on mute, brother. And right now, we already know Donnie. Donnie, what are you pairing up that Circle of Life with?
Well, I already had my old fashioned made with some dark rum. I'm already finished, so I'm just hitting it with some Powerade Zero right now. So you know me with you know me with my drinks. I'm one and done. So
so I thought it was only right and proper. It is Halloween, so your boy Panda smoking the Monster, the new Monster, the Mummy. Why, yes, the Mummy. I am.
What's up, everybody? Just saw that we had some comments there. Brent, Tom, Jimmy. Good to see you guys.
Happy Halloween. What's up, PC now? You're back on mute. There you go.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Happy Halloween to everybody.
Oh, man.
What's up, Black?
What up, Black? Oh, you know what? I don't have access to the what you call it. You know how that we all take turns in being able to stream to put the pop-ups and stuff? Can't do it.
Oh.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Jimmy.
Oh, happy belated. Hey, Black South ended up winning that Patriot. Was it Patriot cigars?
Oh, that's what's up.
There you go. What's up, Miss Fitz? We greatly appreciate you guys' love. Yeah, he ended up winning, and they ended up doing 3 raffles of the cigars, and he was actually the very first winner of their giveaway. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Shout out to the Misfits. They just dropped their cigar today. It's on the Banff website.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What is? Oh, PC froze on us.
no, you guys froze on me.
Nah, man, you froze on us.
You froze first.
What are you smoking, man?
Man, I got this Perdomo Reserve, man.
That ain't a Perdomo, buddy.
That's a Padron.
I mean Padron. I'm sorry. I do it every time.
Man.
And I'm the bougie one. He's smoking a Padron. You don't even know he's smoking a Padron. I'm the bougie one. Okay, I'm with you.
But you will always be the bougie Don.
Always.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The Donadolphs.
Look what I got today.
Boy, he has gone down that rabbit hole hard, man.
Okay, that makes number 10, right?
That's number 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
And he just started last week. Oh my Lord!
See if I can do this without spilling them all.
Oh, look at this. That is
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Need one more Sunday. Oh, that was Sunday.
Yeah. Hey, PC, do you have access to hit like our banner and all that other stuff?
I don't have any access to it,
Yeah, I don't have any access to it no more. That's crazy.
and quite naturally, I got to hook my
Your
Facebook back up.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. That's for you, Donnie boy. Mm.
So what's everybody smoking out there, Jimmy? What you smoking? If you're still there,
I think Jimmy ended up having to leave. But
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? How are you? Happy Halloween.
I'm so happy Halloween. Dude, man, yeah, this is what's baffling, man. Dude, tomorrow's November.
November already.
Tomorrow's November, bro. Is that not crazy? Where the heck did 2025 go?
I'll tell you, man. Once you hit the 5th floor, man, it starts rolling.
You're not lying. You know, there is some truth to that. There really is, man. I'm like, good Lord, the days and weeks and now months are just flying by, man.
I want to take a step back and say happy belated birthday to our own Cigar Bougie Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a couple of birthdays coming up too, right? Yeah, yours is right around the corner too.
Monday.
Man, that's what happens when you get close to the 6th floor.
Yeah. you forget what day it is.
You get more perks than the 6th floor, baby.
I'm just saying, man. You know, I just made it to the 5th floor. Oh my Lord, man! But yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely baffling to me that we're already in November. Thanksgiving is going to be around the corner, and then you have Christmas, and then yeah, man, this year flew by.
Yep.
But you know, honestly, think about all the things we've done in this last year, right?
Yeah.
And
hey, Sloan, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
She had she has a new, not a new puppy anymore. It's thing's going to be a monster, but they dressed it up as a shark.
Okay.
It was cute.
I'm glad to see you, Paige.
I didn't even tell her that yet.
You didn't tell her.
So Sloan, we were talking the other night. We were talking about all the families and stuff, and PC said, "So how's Paige doing?" I'm like, "You mean Sloan?" He's like, "Oh, what am I thinking?"
Sloan, you have to forgive me. I am closer to the 6th floor than the 5th floor. So.
Yeah, Sloan, he thought your name was Paige.
No, I don't know why. I don't know who Paige is. I really don't.
You better watch it now.
Mm-hmm.
They're close enough. No, it's not. Don't give him no break. Don't give him no break. No sympathy breaks here.
I appreciate you, Sloan. I need something.
Dude, so what are you guys gonna be doing for Thanksgiving? I mean, what do you guys do for Thanksgiving, for the holidays?
Thanksgiving, man. We ain't even through Halloween yet.
It's already done, man. It's already almost 10 o'clock already here.
What's up, Maddie? How are you?
You know.
I mean, to be honest, I don't have any real plans right now. Kind of in the middle of what we're going to be doing, man. Because actually, my daughter brought us something about Christmas, so I don't have time to think about Thanksgiving right now. But we all know you got to give thanks before you move on to Christmas.
Yeah, well, you guys know that Thanksgiving for me, that's my holiday. I absolutely, out of all the holidays, Thanksgiving is definitely my holiday, just for the mere fact that I have so much to be thankful for in my life, and that's every year when I say grace at the table, a tear or two, or maybe a waterfall comes out as I'm saying, it is crazy because Jen already knows when I'm going to get to that point that that she already has to take over the grace. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it gets so choked up, But it's just, I absolutely love Thanksgiving. Jen's more of a Christmas person, you know, and now the crazy part is that now, whew, now my son's out the house for the most part, per se, and my daughter's out the house, and they're doing
How
their
that
own
happened.
thing. You have to take yourself out of solo, man.
I don't know how that happened.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that was you. Uh, so yeah, I mean,
Playing around.
see, I don't have that access. It's all good. It's a good thing. So so yeah, so Thanksgiving, and I tell you, we'll do a very small turkey in the house, but we do traditionally we'll do either a pork shoulder or stuff
Your
like that.
boiled ribs.
Nah, no ball ribs.
You're welcome, Tom. You're welcome, man. We're excited for you guys.
Mm.
Hey, you talk about Bougie. He liable to get tomahawks for Thanksgiving.
Hey, listen, if it's just Jen and I might just do that. Go to Wild Forks. We have a place called Wild Forks, right? And if you go online, I believe they deliver too. You could get yourself I think a 38-ounce tomahawk for like $65.
That's like 7 meals for me now.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so damn good though, man. And I just found this new recipe that I'm itching to try on the tomahawk. It's honey and garlic, and it's just crazy.
Man, with friends like this.
This thing
He's gonna
sucks.
be up like Salt Bay. Just
I'm telling you, man, honestly, I absolutely, love, then obviously then Christmas, for Christmas, is our typical, that's the pork shoulder, arroz con andule, pasteles, it's just, man, I just gained 10 pounds just talking about it right now, man, because it's like my diet is out the damn window this time, man. That's why I try to shed as much as I can now. Hit the gym a little bit harder. What I need to do is get my butt back into running, man. I could feel it. I could feel it big time.
The real thing we need to talk about is the Great Smoke tickets go on sale on Tuesday.
So yes. So the Great Smoke, for those who don't know what the Great Smoke is run by Smoke and by Abe. It's at the West Palm Beach fairgrounds, and this year they're celebrating their 20th anniversary, I guess, something like that.
Yep.
And they're calling it, and every year there's a theme. Last year was the Renaissance. The year before that was the year of the Dragon, etc. Then they had Carnival, whatever. But this year is the greatest show on earth. So I can only imagine what they're gonna have. And I know Abe is gonna go and do big things this year. I just hope, and I was sharing when we were in the Misfits, that I just hope honestly that the system is prepared for the ambush, that the minute they release that the tickets on sale, because as you guys know, last year for us was a nightmare. It crashed. And I asked to purchase 5 VIP tickets, and at first it said I was good, and then underneath it said my card got declined, so I freaked out. So I used another card, and then it said decline, and then it said accepted on the bottom, and then I changed put another card. So I called them up, I'm like, dude, what's going on? And they're like, no, just exit all out and reboot it and this and that. When I went back on, it showed like I had like 15 to 17 tickets, man. Dude, my tab was like $10,000 something, man. Man, I drove my happy butt over there to their headquarters, and I'm like, yo, we need to get this fixed like now. I mean, luckily I put it on my Amex card, because I was like, you know what, worst case scenario, I could always dispute it, and they'll, but Abe always does the right thing. They found that, and they finally told me that the system ended up crashing, and he said they're working on it. And so about an hour later, Abe calls me, and like 10, 15 minutes after that, his guy calls me, and we were able to get our 5 VIP tickets. But the crazy part is that last year they even did something even different for the general admission because those, if you remember, outside of the VIP, they just had those long tables.
Right.
They didn't have that before. We're having it. Okay. Nice, excuse me. And prior, they used to be just regular, like the round tables that are on the VIP on general admission. So I have a funny feeling that they're gonna do that same style this year because they know that it's gonna be crazy. And the thing is this, like I know that there's obviously a limit of VIP tickets. I don't think there's any I don't think there's a limit for general admission. They're like, come on. They're like, and last year, how many people you guys think were actually there?
2,500 maybe, probably, at least.
Yeah, they had to be,
I just remember when you and I walked out to the parking lot, when we looked back at the building, it looked like that building was on fire. The smoke was rolling out of the doors. It was crazy.
It was billowing out the doors. Huh?
The crazy part, guys, I still can't find that box with those cigars. I have no idea where the hell they gone to. I have a feeling that the missus might have put them away somewhere. And
Tom.
just so you guys know, great costumes tonight. Oh, you such a, it's all good. Oh, so yeah. Hey, what is gonna be? What's Ish's website? Is it just BAMF.com? BAMFcigars.com.
Yeah.
And once again, so I guess they're gonna be going on sale when, he said, next week?
They're on now.
Oh, they're already on.
Yep.
And they're what, 8x50?
No, 8x50. Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yes, we did dress like cigar smokers. So,
well, I'm dressed like the Godfather.
Yeah. You give them a cigar they can't refuse.
I can't. What's funny is I haven't talked to Chris in forever. We need to hook back up with Chris. I haven't talked to Chris in forever, man.
I did get a chance to talk to him. He called me last week, and I forgot to tell you guys. And he's got a lot going on, so he's in transition. But if you notice, his TikTok is still running, his Instagram and everything's still going. So yeah, he said he would be reaching out, but he's really, really busy right now.
Well, they just moved too, you said, right?
Yeah, he's in that move, so he's got a lot going on.
So he's doing it right, man. He's building his compound, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, my sister, you guys got to meet my sister, and she's a trip. She's like she ended up finding something. There's a family on YouTube, I think it is, that they all. I think there's 5 of them, right? I believe it's the in-laws, right? It's them, the in-laws on both sides, the husband and the wife, and then siblings that they all bought 40 acres together and built their homes within the 40 acres. Now, the grandparents, the crazy part, so their home is here, and the grandparents or the kids are on each side. That's divided by like this monstrosity of a hang. It's more like a hangar as opposed to like a carport. And they walk from one end to the other, from one grandparent's house to the other. And then their siblings and the other side, they take their golf carts and they go driving around. I'm like, that's something to do. My sister absolutely would love that. She's like, yeah, when are you gonna hit the lotto so we could do this? I said, I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah, 8x50. Okay. Did you guys get to see the bands on those?
Yeah, nice looking bands.
Yeah, I love the concept of the compound. That's kind of how my family grew up. You know, they had a nice piece of land and a couple houses on there too when my grandfather was alive.
You gotta have the right people.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. How about we talk about LSU for a minute? Mike's an LSU fan. Let's talk about LSU for a minute.
Ooh,
Throwing darts at you, Mike.
He hit me with the Penn State already.
LSU guy, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, coach on the hot seat, right?
Coach is gone.
it's gone. They
got rid of him.
Oh,
Hey.
they got rid of him quick.
Whacked him.
So it's going to be a marvelous cigar. Yeah, I get it, buddy. Yeah, but you know what? But who? Listen, you're right. You guys got rid of a bad coach. But guess what? You know who still won out of that deal? The coach. You know why? Because they still got to pay that man $800,000 a month until his contract's paid out. That's what it boiled down to: $800,000 a month. That's insane. That's insane.
You know what's funny is when they fired Coach O, 4 or 5 years ago, and he was doing his press conference afterwards, and one of the reporters, it's stupid. He just said, "You know, Coach, you gonna be okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'll be able to afford a McDonald's or two. You know, they got to pay me a lot of money."
That's right.
It's insane. But it's absolutely baffling, right? Because, like I said, did he really lose? Right? Did he really lose making 800,000? I mean, think about it. How many years are they going to have to pay that man 800,000 a month? It's going to be a minute. Coach O wants to come back and coach LSU.
Oh, I would be all for that. I love that dude.
LS who? So Mike, so Tom is a Buckeye. He's an Ohio man. Private donor already stepped up to do the payout.
Even better for him. Get it all up front.
See, he's already starting. He just got on. Unbelievable.
What's up, Crispin? How you doing, man?
What's up? So, but let me tell you, there's a bit. I mean, on both sides of the spectrum, right? Because you guys know Ernie. Ernie's a big freaking Dolphin fan, right? Look at the ass whipping that Baltimore put on the Dolphins.
You saw last night. I put out an APB on Ernie. I was making sure Ernie was okay, man.
You know what? He's happy and picking crap.
Oh, but today they fired the general manager, not the coach. Well, what the hell?
Well, because
they figured the coach still has. They figured the coach still has the locker room, so he can build the.
No, you don't. That guy. Nobody in that locker room respects that man.
Hey.
He's that. Oh, let's go hug a tree kind of freaking guy. You know what I mean? And
have that in football.
No, you can't. You as the head coach, you gotta, have that dominance and demand respect and dude, it's a joke in that locker. I'm not a Dolphin fan by far, but let me tell you, it's crazy when you have Ernie, who's a diehard Dolphin fan, cheering and rooting for them to lose.
Hey, check this out. This would be a real play if they could get Belichick down there. It's not a conventional fix, but Belichick is still a quality coach. I know what he's doing in Carolina, but he's still that coach.
Mike, I don't know, and I'm a little salty on them firing Rich Franklin. I'm a big Rich Franklin guy. I like him a lot. I had a problem with the firing. You were one game from making the national championship game last year. Yeah, have they had an off season this year? They have. They had expectations, and they haven't been great. But man,
So they fired a coach with a winning record?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were. I think they're 4-2 or 5-3 or something like that. And they're having an off year for college football standards. and especially for, if you're expecting to challenge for the national championship, you can't lose 3 games in the first 5 weeks or whatever
Right.
it is. But still, man, I mean, come on, give the guy a chance to get it right. But that's the state of college football nowadays.
It's the ginger vacation plan. Oh, I absolutely love my yeah. Your boy Panda wish he was still back on his vacation. Let me tell you, I absolutely wish that I was back in St. Augustine, especially right now, because the damn the weather out there is beautiful. Actually, the weather right now is absolutely beautiful right now here.
It's amazing here. It's in the 50s and bright sun. I mean, clear sky. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, but listen. College is going through that transition now, right? With coaches and staff. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys go. As far as like Belichick, I can't. Can you imagine playing for Belichick? As a college athlete, you know what I mean? Yeah, these expectations, but can you imagine how much of a royal pain in the ass he is? I mean, think about it. He was mentored to me by one of the, which also had the same personality, was the tuna. You know what I mean? And, and they both have, spitting image personalities. Their demeanor and attitude and personalities, is as smooth as a cactus plant. You know what I mean?
Well, and you get these with these NIL deals now, and the transfer portal. These kids don't have to put up with that anymore, and they won't. Back in the day, which was a Tuesday, by the way. Back in the day, when you signed on for 4 years, you were there for 4 years, or you had to sit out a year if you transferred. And nowadays, that's not the case. And so, I don't know that a guy like Belichick will work in college, especially at a top program, because the guys will, they'll just go somewhere else where they don't have to put up with that crap.
Well, you look at how hard it was for Nick Saban to transition from college to pros. It didn't work for what, 2 years maybe?
And he retired, and his reasoning for retiring from college was he was tired of dealing with recruiting the same kids every year,
right?
Because you have to try to keep them on your team.
Well, yeah. Well, see, but listen, there's certain coaches that need to just stay in collegiate sports, right? Because Saban was not a great NFL coach.
Not at all.
He was horrible with the Dolphins, right? I mean, the program is not the same. And that's why to me, I think he's going to go down in history as one of the greatest collegiate coaches. You know what I mean, in college football. But as far as him going to the NFL, and to me, it's just a hard transition because look, do you think Deion Sanders would be a great NFL coach?
No.
I don't. Right? I think where he's at is perfect. He knows what I think he's set up perfectly to teach these kids and give them a very strong foundation to get to that level, and not only that, but to also understand the expectations. And not only that, I think he'll be able to guide them, especially when it comes to their money and their monetary, stuff, because you know how it is. Things change. From one day to the next, their lifestyle and their life drastically changes. So to have someone like him that's been in the spotlight his entire career, and the money he's made, and be able to continue the path, I think he's going to do great and continue to do great at Colorado.
Well, I don't know. Was it you, Don, that mentioned that Deion put some of his non-starters in there so that they can show their talents for the portal?
That wasn't me, but
a few weeks ago, someone mentioned out of the blue that he put some of his guys that may be in the portal on the field, like when they ran the score up, so that they can show their talents, just in case they wanted to move on to the next school, so they can have film showing that they can play in the college, in college in D1. They decided they were going to move on. I thought that was pretty cool. It was kind of innovative you're just not leaving your starters out there, so you're helping guys along throughout the process.
I mean, here's a perfect example of the whole NIL and transfer thing. Arch Manning comes into Texas. He starts this year. He hasn't been great. But I think he's going to be a good quarterback at some point. But a kid like that's got to develop. And nowadays, with all this moving around and stuff, nobody ever develops. Look at the guy. Look at the kid from Georgia who's now playing at Miami.
Right.
I mean, they lost last week, but who's counting?
They didn't lose last week. Okay, get this story straight. Okay, they didn't lose last week. They put an ass whipping last week. It was the week before, and I almost broke the Airbnb's television. I'm glad I had an empty water bottle. But go ahead.
But that kid, I mean, he did nothing. I mean, he won national championships with Georgia, and all of a sudden he's not good enough anymore. And the next guy comes up and he moves on to Miami, and he's doing great.
Right.
I know he got hurt, but that's football. People are going to get hurt in football.
But when you hear somebody say that he's not as great, that's the reporters trying to make a player, and he's just a solid guy, man. He's been solid. He's been showing that he's solid. So you can't frown on that. But a lot of times the reporters would like to think that they can make players because they got the voice.
I heard a funny thing. Sarkisian, the Texas coach, they were interviewing him at half. You know how they do that interview at going into halftime or whatever, and Texas was struggling with one of their charity games, and they asked him about Arch, and he said, "I told Arch before the game, you don't learn to be a real quarterback until your own fans boo you."
Yeah.
Then you learn how to pick it up. And in the second half of that game, he came back and they slaughtered whoever it was.
But going back to that game that they lost and that they shouldn't have lost, it was bad call playing. They were at the 30-yard line with 32 seconds left. The quarterback, Beck, already had thrown 3 interceptions. The defense was on point that game. Why not run the ball, keep pushing it down? They were already in field goal position to tie it up. It made absolutely no sense to throw the damn ball. I was absolutely losing my freaking mind. And it's like, it makes no sense. Your team is good enough that, take it to overtime and just finish it in overtime. Let them take a little quick 10-minute, 15-minute break, get the things back in order, and go there and push the ball down. I was screaming. Today should still be undefeated right now. Should still be undefeated. But yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I told Panda that day, they ain't the U, they're the U, but they sure ain't the W.
Because I'm telling you, when I tell you I was screaming at this television, I showed you guys there. Maybe they had a television in the patio.
Right.
Dude, I was echoing. Oh my Lord, I was echoing. I think I must have killed maybe a half a bottle of freaking Four Roses that night, man. Because I was so pissed, man. Because I was like, I just.
Yeah, that was the reason.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever really need an excuse, but it was a good excuse to have to, But yeah, I just don't understand it. To me, it was greed. And the thing was this: I think the kid was kind of already, getting burnt out of time. I just think that they were getting tired. I mean, it was a long game. You know what I mean? But still,
seriously, the kid had an off night, and they put him in a bad position.
Yeah, I would have never thrown that ball, man. It made you're too close to the field goal. It's just tied up.
I'm not even busting you. Who did they lose to? I can't even remember who it was.
Neither do I.
Yeah. That's how. Yeah.
You're right. But now that's gonna bother me. So y'all talk while I look for this damn thing because it's gonna drive me absolutely nuts.
Well, I mean, my team got waxed a couple weeks ago by the officiating, and Auburn was on the goal line. They went over the goal line, and the ball popped out, but the ball broke the plane. And they said that the opposite team, who were they playing? It was an SEC team, but anyway. They said the other team recovered the ball. The guy ran the ball all the way back, but they called that back and gave that team the ball on the 1 yard line after the ball had crossed the and I still haven't looked up to see if there were any repercussions for the referees calling a bad game, because they made like 3 or 4 more bad calls throughout the whole game, and they held the game up just in replays.
Which game was this?
Auburn played a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I thought for a second I thought you were talking about Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Auburn officiating been kind of so-so this year. So have you seen a couple games where the officiating in college or the NFL been suspect?
Kansas City. Anyone that plays against Kansas City, especially when they're at home, dude, it's nauseating and how blatant these guys are cheating. It baffles me that no one has really gone and really called these guys out.
Yeah,
it's because it's not like 1 or 2 bad calls, right? It's always the calls that matter, right? It's always the calls that matter. And to me, it's like, at what point is like, dude, okay, enough's enough already with Kansas City, man. And to me, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think Kansas City's that good of a team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, Don, they lost to Louisville. But anyway, so yeah. So, to me, Kansas City, you go and you play against Kansas City in Kansas City. You better wipe the floor with them, because you're playing against them and the refs.
Right.
Where's JJ to defend his team?
Hey, but have you seen the memes where they got their players coming swiping swiping their cards with the ref?
Oh, yeah, bringing a duffel bag full of cash.
Yeah.
Kansas City is the new Patriots. You know what? There is some truth to that, Greg.
The quarterback's the face of the league. That's why.
Right. But listen, everyone knew. Tom Brady. No one could touch Tom Brady. Right? It's think about it, right? So to me, Tom Brady was like, and I hate that, even though he is the GOAT, and I keep saying it got to the point, especially towards the end of Michael Jordan's career, right? If you sneeze next to that man, you're gonna get called foul. Same thing with now. And the thing is this, that the quarterbacks of today's era have it so much easier than the era when you and I were growing up and watching, because now you could barely touch a quarterback without roughing the passer nonsense. You know,
I will say it till I'm blue in the face. I'm all for protecting the quarterback's blind side, all the bad hits that were happening. But once that quarterback leaves that pocket and he starts running, he's a running back.
It's fair game.
If you don't want to get hit, don't run.
Tua learned the hard way, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the sad part about Tua, and you guys know Ernie's a big Tua fan, and he's finally become, the damage is done, right? The damage is good. What's up, Mason? The damage is done with Tua. I think Tua maybe has a year left, max 2. And I am not a Tua fan. I've always said I think the guy was always too short to be a quarterback. I don't think he has the greatest and strongest arm of a quarterback. But it is what it is. And none of that. He got the damage that he sustained last year. It's long term. You see, mark my words, in another 10 to 15 years, we're going to hear him starting to speak differently. There's going to be something, because what is it? CTE? Is that what it is? CTE? It's going to kick in. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. So we'll see, man. So slash what?
Was long lash.
He's got to have somebody close to him saying, "All right, man.
Lounge lash.
All right, man. It's time to, I know you're still a young guy, but those concussions, it's not like a hand injury or arm injury. Those concussions pile up, and they, your brain never really heals from those things. And
listen, this is a fact. once you sustain one concussion, it's easier to sustain another one with less injury. You know?
Well, you look at it. This year they changed their. He was getting sacked early in the preseason and going into the regular season, and they changed their offense. They went from an all wide receiver core of four wide receivers, and put him up under the center to keep him from getting sacked.
And then you add to that, they lose. Say what you want about Tyreek Hill, but they lose their best receiver, who
Well, they're not worried about on the ends.
Yeah. So now they bring more pressure on. It's a catch-22. I think somebody close to him, and it's not the coach. I mean, it is the coach's job to a certain degree, but it's people close to him got to be like, all right, bro, look, you want to be able to hold your kids and like to take your kids trick or treating, and you want to be able to do that kind of stuff. It's not worth. It's not worth taking another hit. I pray to God it doesn't happen, but that could kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude was posturing on the field when he got hit. Like that's a bad brain injury.
Yeah. It definitely messes you up. Like I said, it's gonna be. You're gonna see the true signs. Like I said, in the next few years down the road with this guy. And listen, we all go through that phase, right? When we're young, we feel we're invincible. We feel nothing. It's never gonna happen to me syndrome, right? Oh, that's not gonna happen to me. It won't happen. It ain't gonna happen to me. And then you wake up one day, you can't remember your name. You can't, whatever. What is it? What are you drinking?
Powerade Zero.
And and that's when it becomes really sad. And you look at all the guys in the past. Look at Junior Seau, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He shot himself in the chest, right? Me too. He shot himself in the chest and left a note to have his brain dissected and checked out. And it showed that he sustained, massive CTE. Listen, I'll tell you another one that sustained massive is Brown. The one Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
That guy definitely has suffered CTE. And this guy, we've arrested him on a couple of occasions, you know what I mean, for just irrational things, out in Parkland, and it's crazy, and like I said, these kids think that it's that they're invincible, that they could they could walk through everything and anything. So it's crazy.
You would think that the league would have them tested on a regular basis. If you had to, if you were a police officer or something like that, and you suffered some trauma, they send you to check yourself out to make sure you're okay to operate. So you would think with all of that physical activity and the banging, it would be mandatory every 2 weeks. You got to go see somebody and have a sit down.
Well, the problem with that though on PC is this: that CTE is not. It's not what you call. You can't. It's not detected until, and it's sad. You would think with all the technology that we have now that we will be able to foresee it, but we can't. It's not until after they pass that they actually dissect the brain that they actually are able to show.
Well, you think about it. You just said it. Junior Seau wrote a note saying, analyze my brain. So he knew something was going on.
Yeah.
But he couldn't tell you what it was. We know now. So everybody knows when they're not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you ask every one of those old guys who are coming up, and all of us do. If somebody told you right now, I'll pay you $1 million to strap on a helmet, we would all do it.
I get it. You're right, and you're absolutely right. But like you said before, right? You have to have someone that's got to protect you from you. And you would think that these, like, especially these agents, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, man, you've already made your money off the man. Now protect your asset, protect it, protect.
Yeah, but they're looking at that next contract. They're looking at that next,
right.
And,
yeah, that's it's sad.
So dime a dozen.
Yeah.
It's just,
And when he can't play no more, they'll pick the next guy. They'll get the next
I
guy.
get it.
You know?
You're right. I mean, yeah, it's sad. It's unfortunate, but I don't know, man. It's one of those things that is frustrating because it's like, you see it because they're still young. Like I don't know how old is Tua. Tua's not that old. He's got to be what, late 20s, early 30s.
Late 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Sherry, how old is the quarterback for the Dolphins?
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is the quarterback for the Dolphins. Check it out.
You gotta love Google, right? But it doesn't tell me how old is he. Okay, it doesn't say. All right, well, whatever.
He's young. He's younger than Jalen Hurts because he replaced Jalen Hurts at Alabama, so he's younger than Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is what, in his fifth, sixth year, maybe, with the Eagles.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
and, I say let them play, but there's still got to be some.
Pete, you said it the best. There's got to be somebody to protect you from you when that time comes. There's got to be a, and I know they now have that, what do they call that, the independent doctor that's up in the that can call down and say, get this guy out the field.
Yeah.
But and you saw that the Giants, the coach and their running back Scadaboo got fined 2 weeks ago for yelling at the doctor because they had Jackson Dart in there in concussion protocol, and he was poking his head in there. Come on, man, come on, we got to get him out. And he got fined like $100,000.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, Tua's 20. Yeah, I just checked. Basically, you're right. Tua's only 27 years old.
27. A lot of life ahead of him. Yeah.
And it's like, and he has a sweet deal, and mind you, and we've had this conversation in the past in regards to what these young kids do with their money, right? You need someone to be also in their mind, in their head. Hey, listen, you got to think down the road. The money that you're making now, you need to make it that it lasts for the rest of your life. Not just until you retire and then you have to go find something else to do.
But here's a huge problem that a lot of celebrities, athletes, and entertainers have. They got too many yes men. You need somebody that don't give a damn if you're going to fire them. If you fire me, I'm still showing up the next day.
Yeah,
that's the type of guy you need by your side.
I know a couple of guys who've gotten drafted from the University of Houston. My daughter used to work for the team, so she knew these kids. And they both used the same agent. And this agent, I'll give him credit. He told him, if you're going to sign with me on your first contract, you're going to set up a trust fund. And for futures, for your future, because it's easy to go buy, a Lamborghini and a mansion and all that stuff because you got that kind of money now. But you see a lot of these athletes that are broke 5 years after they get out of the league. And not everybody in the league. We all talk about the superstars. Not everybody in the league is making $11 million a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because you got the ones that make 500,000.
Right.
What do you do with that? You gotta plan that out for the next 10 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, give me the 500, I'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're still talking about astronomical money, but they're going to make 500 for 2 to 3 years that they're in the league, which is still $1.5 million. It's still a lot of money,
right? Which you may not ever make if you're just working a regular job, 9 to 5.
Yeah, and no, without a doubt. You're right. They are young and stupid. I wouldn't say stupid as opposed to naive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they just know no better. And we're talking about kids literally that come from certain areas, right? Low income, and they don't know what it is to live this lifestyle. They live from one day to the next are multi-millionaires. We see that in my city where I work at. I don't know how many, people from Pompano, Deerfield, Belgrade, here in South Florida that are in the NFL right now, and we constantly see them in the city. Especially when they first get drafted, because they know nothing else. Right? They know nothing else. All they know is the streets and football. That's it. That's their life.
Well, one of the young men I was talking about, he used to sell potato chips in high school so he could afford to eat lunch.
Yeah.
and you know, and next thing you know, he's got generational wealth, you know, and
Right.
Mm.
And the thing is, we see these guys when we've heard the stories over the years, and we want to see them succeed outside of the sport.
I
know,
do.
'cause-
I absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah, I most definitely want to see them healthy outside the sport, you know, because everybody can't come out with a deal or, you know, a podcast that's got, you know, 15,000 followers and all that good stuff. And you want to see them doing well, very well.
Yeah. Well, and mind you, those, especially those athletes that get the endorsements, right?
Right.
You can live off a half. Think about it, right? You can live off of either half of your endorsements or half of your salary and put everything away in some type of, you know, interest bearing rate or whatever, and get to. But these guys, they want to buy 20 cars. They want to have freaking all this jewelry. They want to have all these houses. And it's like, listen, you're going to drive one car at a time. You're going to live in one location at a time. It makes no sense. You know, and this is the whole thing that they need to understand and comprehend. Listen, I'd rather rent the house, you know, while I'm doing my and have something built, pay it all off, buy some land, build my house the way I want, and then when I'm retired, I'm good.
Right.
I'm absolutely good. I don't have to worry about that. If I don't have any more money coming in, I'll be able to sustain what I already have. You know, but you know, like I said, it takes a lot of discipline. And you got to have these kids to be willing to want to listen to what these people say.
Go on YouTube and look up at Andrew Whitworth, he was a lineman for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the NFL pregame shows and stuff now. There's a video of him when they won the Super Bowl, sitting there with all the confetti coming down. And he's got his kids around him, and he tells his kids, I'm done playing. You just saw my last game. I'm going to be home. I'm going to be there for your birthday party. I'm going to be there for you, you know, and that's the stuff. I mean, that's the stuff that matters. I mean, you know, we all watch football on Saturday and Sunday, and we're all passionate about it. I love football. It's my favorite, you know, but that's the stuff that matters, man. I'm going to be there for your birthday party, and I'm going to be there for your, you know, for your wedding and all that stuff.
Right.
Versus, you know, I'm not going to know my name at the time, by the time you get married, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and it does get frustrating when you hear these athletes blow 100, 200 million. You know, it's like, dude, it's like I can't even fathom to even have that amount of money, let alone blow that money away on stupid crap. You know what I mean?
Well,
Then
I'll truly tell you, man, it goes fast. I know that much. $200,000 is not a lot of money to spend.
No, I said 200. Well, I meant 200 million. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
If that's what I meant. 100 million, 200 million. You know, I mean, think about it, right? That's a lot of damn money.
Yeah.
You can live off the damn interest on 100 million. You know, and if you can't, then you really got a problem. you really got a problem. You know, so
Yeah. I tell you what, I can build me a nice humidor and put some nice sticks in there. I promise you that much. And I would dedicate it to the NFL and every other team.
Hey, we had that conversation, right? I would have a damn, you know me, I would go crazy. See, and this is where I would get absolutely stupid. People get old and you don't have money saved. You got that right. You know, I can't really, I shared it with these guys. If I ever hit the lotto, I will never tell my kids, and they're probably gonna watch this. Yeah, I will never tell you guys. yeah, I'll put it out there, you know, because and the thing is this, right? Like I know that I was spoiled myself to an extent because I also know because I'm my kids like to call me cheap. I'm not cheap. I'm very frugal, right? And it baffles you. I'm not a cheap person when it comes to what's up, John? You know, so to me, you know, I would listen. I would spoil myself in the sense of my home,
Right.
because that's another thing that baffles me, and I've seen this time and time again, that these guys, they'll spend money on their cars, on their jewelry, and then they have a crap box to go home to and sleep at night. It's like, no, I'd rather have a shit box and have a nice home to go to, and sleep at night to drive from A to Z. Who cares of what ride I got? The problem is it's all about image and status to these kids. That's all it is, And I guess, we all kind of fall in that road to a certain extent. But I also think that once again, you need that one person on your shoulder or to tug on that arm, like, yo, you need to pull back, man. And we've seen it time and time. And mind you, it goes to athletes, to rappers, to any type of select. Look at, we talking about rap. MC Hammer. Look at the entourage that man carried for years and what happened to him, right?
Or I don't know if he is anymore. I don't know if he still is, but he was broke.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Tyson, we could talk about Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson, ever since that old man died, you had all the vultures afterwards. But yeah, I mean, like I said, to me, like I said, I'm trying to think, what the hell was the last name? I think he was it Vince Carter? No, it was Vince Carter.
Oh,
Vince Carter. Vikings, right?
Yeah.
So, he tried. I don't know if he started it. I know years ago he was trying to start like a program or a school for these young athletes when they first started in the NFL to show them how to properly,
Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, thank you,
Yeah.
Chris Carter. What did I say, Vince Carter? Yeah, Chris Carter. Yes. In real life, he's a big a-hole. I got to meet that man in 2 or 3 different situations, and he's the biggest a-hole, arrogant SOB there is. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But I like what he was trying to do for these young athletes. Where he's at now, who knows? He ran into some problems, but whatever. But I think the concept of what he was trying to do was a good thing for these kids. And once again, you got to hook up with the right people. You have to hook up and surround yourself with people. And Mike, I get it. You want to be loyal to where you came from. You want to be loyal to the people that were there with you from the very beginning. I get that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also got to be a line drawn, right? Yep. Because you cannot try to fully support these people for the rest of their lives, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work out. If you want to hit them off with some cash, hit them off and call it a day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, listen, man, I got you. They got family. They take care of their kids, put a trust fund so they could go to college, etc. But other than that, you got to say, listen, enough's enough, man.
Well, you look at it like this. You may be loyal to them, they may be loyal to you, but you don't know the trouble they bring with them within the loyalty. And because you're trying to handle your business, and they're doing something totally different, and they know, okay, I'm connected to this person. I may be on the payroll or whatever.
That's the thing. I love all you guys like family, but I'm not going to not eat so you can.
That's right. So self-preservation has to kick in at some point in time.
Right. Listen, and I've always told you guys, I will never leave my brothers drown. Right. If I'm eating steak, you guys are eating steak with me. No doubt. But there's also going to be a time that, that I'm like, okay, I got to eat steak by myself.
Yeah.
It's a reality. But the problem is that they don't know how to draw that line. Right? They don't know how to draw the line because they feel that they're selling out. They're gonna be caught. They're gonna be caught.
You forgot where you came from. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I'm that guy. Like, bro, I could care less what you think. It wasn't you working and doing these exercises and working out and doing these drills and all. It was me. I appreciate your support, and I'll do what I can for you and your family. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sustain you and your family forever.
Right.
I'll help you get your foot, grounded and stuff like that. But other than that, no, man, I'm sorry, man. It's like, my loyalty, and you guys know my expression about loyalty, right? Even loyalty has an expiration date. Okay, I am such a firm believer in that statement. Even loyalty has an expiration date because you know what? How many people do you know, including myself, and I'm talking speaking about that you're loyal to certain people, and it's not reciprocated, right? It's just not. And so,
Right.
at what point do you go? You know what? Why am I wasting my time? Why am I being so loyal to this person, and this person is giving me no respect? You know, and we've had these conversations in private, in private about certain things and certain people, certain groups, whatever. And it's like, yo, you don't want to support me and my people? Cool, no problem. Don't expect no more support from me.
Right.
That's keeping it 100. That's behind me now. I've seen the true colors. So
Well,
you have to draw that line. You have to.
you have to get over the fact that people gonna try to. I'm not gonna say manipulate you, but they will tell you, oh man, you think you all that because you got this, you got that. It's not, no, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed, but I'm humble. But some things I just can't do.
Hey, PC, I think Panda's telling us.
Okay.
PC, I think Panda's telling us he's about to cut us off. I think that's what he's telling us.
Yeah,
That would sound like I think he won the lottery, man.
not only do I think I'm all that, but I'm all that and a bag of chips.
Hey,
You know?
all I'm gonna tell you, if you're gonna cut us off, just set me right so I can give out cigars to the kids around Halloween.
Listen, I told you guys what I would do for all of us. You know what I mean? And it's I would open up a lounge and dude, that would be all us. That would be us all day.
Every
You know
day.
what I mean? And you know what? Heck yeah, can you imagine having your own lounge?
I can.
Yes.
Heck yeah. So can I. You know what I mean? I would absolutely love a freaking lounge. You got, we've had that conversation. That's for another episode, another thing. But but to me, honestly, man, it's crazy because you know what? I would, call it the fur lounge. You know what I mean? But no, that's me and being successful. Forget where they came from. That one. Let's say
The thing is, you can never forget where you come from. I don't because that makes you who you are. You carry that everywhere you go. Even though it's behind you, you still got that grit.
Fur Burger Lounge. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Look at you, man. You kind of hope that you have these young athletes that they listen to the old timers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing that, and I knock on wood, that I've always been that person to always talk to the old timers, ask a bunch of questions, because you know what? My biggest fear in life is always, and you guys know that, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I worked very hard to get what I have. And the reality is this: I live like a king compared to how I was raised as a child. And that's why I tell you Thanksgiving is I have so much to be thankful for because of all the trials and tribulations that I've been through. And I'm grateful that I went through them to appreciate everything that I have and worked so hard for. Right. So, but the thing is this, right? It's hard for these young kids when you talk to them about their future, right? Because they're so worried about today. What is it? Us old timers know our shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because you know what? We've been there, done that, right? We got a couple of t-shirts, you know, and the thing is that these kids, they think they know everything. They think they know it all. We know absolutely crap. We don't know what we're talking about. Dad, you old school. You guys think the old way. Yeah, well, the old ways got me to where the hell I'm at.
Hey, Panda, I don't know if you've realized it yet, but you're one of those old timers now.
I hit the fifth floor, man. I know. Look. See the grade room? Yeah.
I heard a guy say something this morning. He said, when a man thinks that he knows everything, that's the time that he knows nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
Listen, I'm telling you, I was very fortunate. Like I said, I listened to a lot of the old timers and I asked them, listen, from the day that I started my job and my career is the day I started preparing for my retirement.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because my biggest fear has always been to be 60, 70, 80 years old and still have to work. And I shared with you guys, I got a good friend of mine. The guy's 70-something years old. He's still working, as a security guard,
Right.
because, he can't make ends meet with his social security check. It's crazy, And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I do not want to be that person, And, my biggest expense, as you guys know, are my cigars. You know what I mean? That's it. It's the only thing that I actually spoil myself with. That and we enjoy going on vacation.
Boiled
but other than
ribs
that,
and
I'm very
tomahawks.
humble. What's that?
Boiled ribs and tomahawk.
Well, listen, you got to spoil yourself, man. Listen, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You know what I mean? And you know what? You got, and this is what I say, right? You want to work hard so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor because you earned it and you deserve it.
Right.
And that's where I'm at right now in the stage of my life right now. I'm at that point that, I have a hard time pulling that trigger to buy certain stuff for myself. When it comes to the wife and kids, I have no issue spending money. But when it comes to myself, it's a battle. It's always a justification. It's always, I don't need it now. I can wait. And this is, and finally, you saw I finally pulled the trigger on my damn humidor.
Mm-hmm.
On my cabinet. Finally, I was like, you know what? I want it. I deserve it. And luckily, Jen was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it. And we did it. So, yeah. So it's crazy, man. Now, we've already been on here an hour? Holy crap. Really? Damn, I ain't even finished this, man. Am I doing more talking than smoking? You didn't have to agree that fast, bro. The crazy part? I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Like
that's what it is. You fighting sleep.
Well, and for everybody that's watching, thanks for tuning in. We haven't had a show in a while. We've been vacationing and we've all got a lot going on right now. Family wise and that kind of stuff. So
we have not forgotten about the 500 subscribers. We want to give thanks to each and every one of you guys.
Most definitely.
The biggest issue that we've had in regards to the giveaway for the 500 subscribers is all of us having a date. That's what it's boiling down to. It seems that either one or two of us aren't able to make the date that we kind of come up with. So we're trying to figure that out. As soon as we do figure that out, guys, I promise you, we are going to blast it out. And we do have an extra surprise on top of that, that we're going to make an announcement hopefully soon. So it's just bear with us, guys. And like I said, I don't want anybody to think that we kind of like suck at anybody to get us to 500. You know what I mean? We have not forgotten, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys that pushed our podcast. And and like episodes like tonight, we're talking about a whole lot of nothing, but this is what it is all about, is just chopping it up.
Right.
So hopefully, but we'll end up, what we need to do? We need to do one of these late hours. I know it's going to be crazy to get these misfits on here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, that'll be crazy.
That would be crazy. The misfits, those guys are absolute, we love them. We got nothing but love for them. But guys,
that's the thing. I would love to get them on here, man, and let them talk about their new cigar and let them, and just especially when smoke them and just put themselves out there, man.
That's a big stick, though, man.
Hey.
Dude, 5x8. Was it 5x80? Was it that I said?
No, it's 8 by 50.
What
so
is it?
8
by
8 inches long, 50 ring gauge. So it's a smaller ring gauge, but it's a long cigar. Yeah.
What you can do, go. You got those cutters. Go ahead and cut it in half.
It's like that. That's about an 80 ring gauge. That right there.
Yeah.
They're doing a 50 ring gauge.
You sure?
8 inches by 50. Yeah.
80.
Okay, well,
8 by 50.
Okay, well that 50 range ain't that bad. Those because you know Tom loves those 70, 80, 90, 100 ring gauges. It's like, golly, like come on now.
That's crazy.
That's a little bit too much, man.
Hey, he'll smoke
Hey,
that.
Mike, thanks for dropping in, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely right. Hey, Black, I absolutely love. Did you guys see what he did with the Bonded by the Leaf Cigar Club?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Cali chapter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I absolutely love
It's exactly what we envisioned when we thought it up.
Yep, you know what I mean. So I like I said, I just gotta get your side, big man. I just gotta find, you know, Black's a big boy, man. Black is a big boy. So, but yeah, so hopefully, we'll get. We got a couple. Like I said, we got a surprise coming to you guys. Once we figure this out, we'll let everybody know, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. You know what I mean? So yeah, we appreciate you guys giving your support and love, man. So honestly, you ready, Don?
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Love you guys.
Hey, Greg, this for you.
Hey, Greg, this is how you do it. Peace.
Peace.